Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, and Tyler Wright. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Voice of the Fans Sportscast.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Voice of Fan Sportscast. I'm your host, Ben Swift Reynolds. We have T Wright, Professor Flowers, Gatwood, and RC. The gang is all here. We in the house. What's up, gang?
Full house.
Full house, man. I guess the LeBron brought us all out.
Yeah. Kyrie did.
Kyrie and LeBron brought us all out. I feel like everybody want a piece of this.
Must be me.
Yeah.
What do you say? Maybe it's me.
Maybe so, man. Maybe so, because every time you want somebody, you don't get them. Rob Pelinka says it's a new era. I'm the man.
Come on.
We know who run the show over there.
Apparently not LeBron. That's why he said maybe it's me. That do sound like I don't even want to get into it right now.
We
man.
just got into the show, bro. Come on.
I don't even want to do it right now, man. I'm gonna save it.
He been waiting.
So this is Super Bowl week, guys. Super Bowl week. T Wright, you haven't been here in a while. You've been on hiatus, on vacation. I need to start pulling some vacation days for you, bro. Like you only got a week.
Dang.
You only got 2 days left, pretty much, out of this whole year.
You a tough boss, bro.
Don't get no sick hours a month.
Oh, damn.
Nah,
no
man,
PTO or nothing.
It's 24/7. This ESPN. So anyway, T Wright, what you think about that 49ers and Eagles game? Since you didn't get put your 2 cents in.
Man, I was watching. I was hating for my guy RC, man. That's all I was thinking the whole time.
Why? There's no sympathy for me. Like everybody bashing my boy Jalen all day. So
nah.
RC
been standing on it all year, man.
It's 4 against 1. I see 4 against 1
all year.
No, okay, I see. But yeah, when Brock Purdy went out, you just like, dang, bro.
Yeah, I was like,
it's a wrap.
Wrap it up.
It's a wrap. So this week we're gonna do our picks Friday. So today I just want to talk about each individual team. We'll start off with the Eagles with their strengths and weaknesses. I'll let Professor Flowers take over this. What are the Eagles' strengths?
Man, strength's been all year, man. The offensive and the defensive lines, to me, that's their main strength. Because if you control the line of scrimmages on either side of the ball, you have a big advantage, and the Eagles have had that advantage all year.
Most definitely. I think that's very important for the Eagles, especially with, like you said, in the trenches. I feel like when they get their running game going, I think that's when it really opens up for them, because they can do so much out of the play action, get Jalen Hurts going on the bootleg. So in the trenches is where it matters. We saw that versus the Giants. We saw that versus the 49ers. When them guys get going, man, it's a whole different ball game. So when they going into the Super Bowl, they need to play to that. Play to the running game. Play
run the ball.
Yeah, run the ball. Don't be like even if Kansas City set the box, man. I think that's very important. We don't want Jalen throwing how many times? 30 plus maybe.
We don't want to see that. No more over 35 times.
No more. Yes, we don't want to see that. We want to see the smash mouth football, and just let the game come to them. So I think that's what's really important. People been saying Jalen's kind of well, I think it was Nick Wright. He was talking about how Jalen's kind of overrated, that he shouldn't even be considered MVP. So that's just telling you what people think about the Eagles team already. RC, you saw the Eagles team.
I did.
Firsthand. What do you think their weaknesses are?
Playing an actual team. In 2 weeks, they played the Giants, didn't show up. Then they was blessed with Purdy getting his elbow blown out, so they hadn't competed against nobody in 2 weeks. 3 weeks actually. So when the Chiefs show up, if don't know crazy shit happen, they're going to have to play 4 quarters of football because they were gifted. You got to think about it. Even before, I think they had the pretty much a bye week because the Giants the Eagles set their players. The Giants set their players, so they played the Giants, didn't compete. The Giants didn't compete in that game. Then they had the bye week. Then they turn around and play the Giants again. Didn't show up. Then they played the Niners. So they're going to be faced. They have to play 4 quarters of football. And can they handle if that team is physical with them? Now I think the Eagles are going to win because I feel like the equalizer to a good quarterback is a good pass rush, and they got one. But we hadn't seen them play in 3 weeks, bro. They hadn't really played in 3 weeks. To be honest.
So, but isn't y'all always saying that these are NFL teams? Like,
right?
You still got to come out and play. And what else do you want from them? They've been coming out and beating the teams they should be beating.
That's not the point. The point is they beat a team without a quarterback. They didn't get a chance to play the 49ers. Can we all agree with that on the panel? They didn't get a chance. We don't know how it would have went if Purdy would have played 4 quarters, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Right. Then with the Giants, there's no Odell, there's no Victor Cruz, there's nobody over there to really challenge them. The Giants, I don't even know why they set their players that final week because you still had the same players had to play that week when you had to go to Philadelphia. So all I'm saying is they will have to compete for at least 2 or 3 quarters, depending on how Mahomes does.
Do you agree that the Eagles will have to be a stellar football team all 4 quarters against the Chiefs?
I mean, yeah. I mean, anytime you're playing against Patrick Mahomes, you're going to have to play really good. If it's a close game, then I feel like the Chiefs are going to win. But if the Eagles can bring pressure on Mahomes, then I feel like they're going to win the game.
Okay, so let's figure. Since RC brought this up about them not having playing against a real team yet. This was Brandon Ayuk came out and said, I don't know fully about that defense. They talk about them being a good defense. I'm not sure. I think this Kansas City pass game will expose what we thought we were going to be able to expose. T. Right. Is he right? Or he's salty?
I don't think he. I wouldn't
Don't say it. It's all fine. This is a safe place here, T. Right? Nobody ain't gonna do nothing to you. I'll hold back RC. I'll hold him back. Just say
I don't think he's salty, man. I think he kind of has a point. It's just piggybacking off what RC just said. They didn't get a chance to fully play the 49ers, and that's what they wanted to take advantage of. So there must be something there that they see
that they can expose.
The 49ers have just as many weapons, if not more, than the Eagles. They just didn't have a quarterback.
I feel like the 49ers have more weapons than Kansas City.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, okay.
Because the advantage in the trenches, though, is really what's going, because we all know the game is won in the trenches. Mm-hmm. That's going to be the tell-all.
I feel like the Eagles match up well against the Kansas City offense, in my opinion. Yeah. Just because they don't have no legit true number one receiver, so they can put all their attention on Kelsey. They just got to tackle McKinnon and Pacheco, or how you say his name? I always miss his name up. Pacheco. They just got to tackle. And we saw in the 49ers game, they didn't want to tackle McCaffrey, so that kind of worried me. But in the passing game, I feel like they can match up pretty well.
But Mahomes is best when the play breaks down anyway, too.
Mm-hmm. You don't want Reddit coming up. We saw what happened to Purdy.
He
better stay in that pocket. Huh?
I said I don't want to see no limping from Mahomes this game. He was faking it.
Nah, he was not faking.
Well, like, can't afford to be limping this game.
You don't know, you don't know this man injury. You don't know this man body. You don't know he was faking or not.
Well, I tell you what, he better be 100%.
He better be.
Yeah.
If he's not, you can cut the TV off at halftime. You better go watch Rihanna.
So do y'all see like a scenario where the Buccaneers, what they did to Chiefs in Super Bowl? Do y'all see that type of scenario happen?
I don't think to that extent.
Because
I mean, because you got
game.
to realize that offensive line was hurt when Tampa Bay played them, so Mahomes didn't have a shot. You got a good offensive line that that's going to be protecting them. Just the question of the fact of the matter is, can he get in the end zone?
That Buccaneers front seven was loaded,
and that Buccaneers, they were good on 3 levels of their defense.
Yeah, linebacker core was excellent.
Good secondary. I don't think the Eagles are as good in the secondary as people think. I'm gonna tell you why. Their offensive line really did what he's supposed to do. But if they block and Purdy steps up, Ayuk was running right across the middle of the field. That's what Ayuk seen. Ayuk was saying, listen, bro, they're going to let me run. We're cutting like deer out here. If our quarterback, and I think I said that before we played, is, was talking about casualties of war. If everything's equal, then at some point, because if we're running the ball and they can't, because they like the pass rush. We like to run the ball. They like the pass rush. At some point, my running game was going to set in on it. They don't want to tackle the run. You know what I'm saying? They just want to tee off on your quarterback pretty much. So if the Chiefs can stay balanced and block it up, we know Mahomes he's not hurt, bro. He getting out of that pocket. He better get out of that pocket, or he gonna get hurt as well.
So
I don't want to see him get out the pocket. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I don't think it's safe for Mahomes to try to make his play out of the pocket this week. That's just my opinion. Just with them ends, if you flush Mahomes out, you get somebody like Reddick can chase him down. I think he needs to stay in the pocket and manipulate the pocket. Step up and then make a move. I don't think he just needs to be running out, back and forth, trying to improvise and draw something out the mud. I think he needs to stay in that pocket and manipulate it. Step up when he can. Quick throws.
Because as we've seen before, as the Eagles create pressure, their DBs can create turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Patrick Mahomes is prone to sometimes is them errant throws. So like Flau said, he need to manipulate that pocket and just be proficient from there.
It's gonna be hard for him though, Flowers, because he make I feel like 90% of what he does is when the play breaks down. And then I'm saying 90%, that's a lot. That's a big number. But most of what he do, I see him running around and doing something, creating a play. But I think Andy Reid gonna try to convince him to do what you said because you got to get the ball out your hand, sir, quick. You got to get the ball out your hand because hold it.
Let me add on to that. Now I give you something that Mahomes probably has an advantage of if you want an advantage. The middle of the field, Kelsey. Dallas can attack the middle of the field. That's where the Eagles are weak at.
That's right.
So let's move. Big game. Go ahead.
Let's move on to the Chiefs. T-Right, what are the Chiefs' strengths in your opinion?
I think their strength is most likely going to be the ability to spread the ball around, and Andy Reid's ability to, I don't know the word for it, his play calling, his play, his game plan, and the way he can construct plays. I think that's going to be their two biggest advantages.
Yeah, their biggest advantage is just really two names: Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey.
Yep.
If they can if they can find a connection early, man, Eagles are gonna be in for a long game. Because once Patrick Mahomes start hitting Kelsey, I feel like that opens up everything else. Because oh crap, now Kelsey killing us across the middle. He beating us for 10 to 15 yards. It's just like them little things like that start making the defense start thinking about their assignments and they start cheating a little more. And that's why McKinnon had a great year. Because they were more zoned in on the other guys and they didn't realize McKinnon had that much juice and was shifty like that. And he still had all that in the tank.
Pacheco too.
Yeah, Pacheco breaking tackles. What happened to Clyde Edwards-Helaire? Where he's at?
He's back. He's back this week. They activated him off injury reserve.
I would have kept him deactivated.
Yeah, he ain't gonna see the field.
I would have kept him deactivated, guys. He's not bringing nothing to this game. So Pacheco, he's doing a great job. So it just Kelsey and Mahomes, that's what make this thing run. And I feel like that's what their strengths are, is just that tandem. Flowers, what you think?
I agree with you. I can piggyback off what I just said a couple of moments ago before I jumped the gun a little bit trying to talk about Kansas City.
Yeah.
The middle of the field, Mahomes and Kelsey need to take advantage of that, and the linebackers and the running backs, they have to take advantage of those mismatches right there. I'm trying to think. Valdez Scantling can be an X factor in this game because they don't have to have somebody to take the top up, take the top off. He can do
tall
it.
and lanky. He can get up there and get with the football.
Mm-hmm.
What are the Chiefs' weakness in your opinion?
Probably their secondary. We'll see what their secondary can do against Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, Dallas Goedert. If they can exploit their secondary, I think they have a good chance. But at the end of the day, you don't want to get in a shootout with Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. You know who I target if I was the Eagles against who I think the Chiefs' weakness is the linebacker core. I feel like they're not all that great. They solid at some points, no tackling, but I feel like they can be had on the edges.
Yeah, I mean you can tackle
create mismatches. You create mismatches with Gainwell coming out the backfield on the linebackers. I feel like they can be had.
Goddard's good too.
Yeah, Goddard, man. We didn't even hear. Yeah, Goddard he didn't have a touchdown catch. He had like a couple of catches in that game. But he just coming back for injury too. What, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks
He's
ago?
had a solid year.
Yeah. So yeah, that matchup, that's the matchup I really gonna be looking at. That's Goddard versus them linebackers. That's gonna be interesting right there.
And
I see. What do you say?
What
you say that week this would be?
21 yards. Sorry for cutting you off, bro. What you said?
I said, what do you think the Chiefs' weakness would be?
We played them early in the year. When I saw them, I feel like if you got to get to Patrick Mahomes. That offensive line is great. But I always say the NFL help offensive linemen block great defensive ends, allowing them to get the hit. We call it false start. If you seen the video with they claiming that Lane Johnson was blocking Nick Bosa. But really he was leading early. You saw that when he false start.
Yeah, he left early.
Yeah, and the NFL is trying to clean it up. You can't block Chris Jones for 4 quarters without giving an advantage. So I think the Chiefs got a good defensive line as well, like Clark and Chris Jones. They're going to be at the Hurts, and I think Hurts is going to have to make plays. They're going to force him to throw the ball. Read the defense. Not that he can't do it, but I don't think he can do it consistently. He's still an area of his game that he's getting better at. So.
Exactly. I think it's gonna be a good matchup. Like I said, we're gonna make our picks Friday. The Eagles and Chiefs game. Maybe y'all might have a prediction score, maybe in hand.
Maybe.
You don't know? Yeah. I'm not good at predicting scores. I'm not good at it. It just I think happened, never happens.
If we were good at it, we'd be making a lot of money.
Tell me about it.
The NFL's weird too.
Yeah. It never go as you think it would go. Like some aspects of the game does, but when you think it's gonna be a lot of scoring, it'd be a lot more turnovers and defense type play. But we'll see. Yep. All right, so let's go to trades that make sense. I believe Bleacher Report posted this, and y'all tell me if it makes sense or not. Aaron Rodgers to the Jets.
No.
Nada. Why y'all saying no?
Because he's old. He don't want to go there.
He's not going to might well stay in Green Bay if he's going to go to the Jets.
And why would you follow Brett Favre? You literally following Brett Favre footsteps.
Yeah, go to the Jets. Go to the Jets and try to beat Mahomes, Allen, and Burrow. That makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, you said Burrow. Oh yeah, how you going to the AFC? I thought you were talking about division. I was like, huh? No. Okay, yeah. All right. So what about this one? Lamar Jackson to the Falcons.
I wouldn't like it.
RC, he gave a thumbs up. Why is that?
They got the money. It's Atlanta. Second coming to Mike Vick. I wouldn't do it if I was him because I wouldn't want to put them shoes on. But I can see it happening. I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want it for your division to chase that dude around.
Man, I hate it.
Yeah, but far as seeing it happen, it can happen. I mean, because they got the money. And they say he want to get paid.
It'll feel like I'm living a nightmare all over again. Don't want to go through that.
Then you be making up whack excuses why he's not good.
No, I like Lamar. I like him. Now I really hated Vic. Now me and Vic, we had some personal issues, but after he left the division,
This is the test. Lamar or Dak, man?
Lamar.
Yeah.
Okay.
He wouldn't take nobody. He wouldn't take nobody that we know as far as the top 10, top 15 quarterbacks. Like Dak is not. He wouldn't take nobody that we deem elite over. He wouldn't take Dak over nobody elite. He ain't crazy. He ain't crazy now.
Ain't that crazy?
All right. So what about? I know Flowers gonna hate this one. Jonathan Taylor to the Rams.
Why would we trade Jonathan Taylor to the Rams?
Why would the Colts trade him?
I don't know.
For what? And for two, what do the Rams have to offer us?
Right.
They don't have no picks. They don't have nothing. Well, I guess they seen how the offense was going. Jonathan Taylor, he stayed hurt. You know how they don't want to play running back.
Somebody get hurt one time, and now they gain
twice. He screwed over one of my cards, Flowers. That bum ankle. Remember when who they're playing against?
It's his third year. And this is the first time he's missed. Everybody wants to label him a bust, but continue.
I ain't labeling him a bust. I'm just saying he messed up my card.
Oh, he messed up. He messed up your card. He messed up
put me in his touchdown,
teams.
but he let who was that kid y'all let run the ball this year?
That kid,
Lamar Jackson.
Yes, Jackson. He got the goal line touch. Remember,
he got hurt.
I forgot who they were playing against.
The Vikings.
But yes, Jonathan Taylor went off the field. Nobody knew. Everybody like, where Jonathan Taylor at? Then the report came out that he was out with an ankle injury. It didn't seem like an ankle injury.
There wasn't nothing wrong with him. Actually, the fix was in, man. The fix was in.
Said, for real, look, he catches the football, make a move. Dude look good. He popped up. Now, actually,
I remember.
He ran to the sideline. Then, the next play came in. Then you start noticing, like, hold up. Jackson run the football. Where's freaking Taylor at? Then the port came out at halftime. I'm like, geez, man, he messed up my card.
Man, shut him down. That was the fix.
Shut him down. All right, here's another one. T. Higgins to the Giants. I like that.
That's a play.
The Bengals shouldn't do that. The Bengals.
On the way.
How? I mean, they're gonna pay. T. Higgins gonna command top dollar. You know that, right? You can't pay Chase.
Chase is still on his rookie deal, so you ain't got to pay him.
Well, he got one more year, right?
No, he's only been in the league 2 years.
I keep forgetting about that option.
So 3 years, and then they can franchise on possibility. So they got him locked up for 4 more years. Joe is the one that has to pay
Higgins. They can't trade Higgins.
I don't see why they can't pay Higgins right now because they don't have to pay Joe for another year.
I think
it's gonna be. You're gonna end up in that situation where your money gonna be tied up by the time you get to Chase.
They got Joe
cap goes up $20-30 million each year.
Do they have to pay Joe Mixon?
Yeah,
I think they're already paying Joe Mixon. I mean, even if they do got to pay Joe Mixon, and I hate this, they devalue running backs. They used to pay running backs, but now they don't want to pay running backs no more than $12 million a year. So
I would like to see T. Higgins go to the Giants.
T. Higgins is more important than Joe Mixon to me.
Really?
I think they can find a running back.
Because running backs are so replaceable in the NFL today.
I don't know.
No, man. T. Higgins bringing Mixon bringing a different dynamic to the running game.
Who you gonna pay first though?
Yeah, but look at what they did. Look at what they did in the playoffs.
I feel like you can find receivers, it's a crop. I mean,
but in the playoffs, they were giving the ball to P. Ryan more than Mixon for some reason.
And look where they at. That's how they lost Super Bowl. Well, they didn't lose because of that, but they gave it to Joe Mixon.
They stopped giving the ball to Joe Mixon in the Super Bowl because they was script.
4th and 1, you want to throw it. I don't get it.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's come down to the coaching. I'm at this point, saying, like, I feel like you can get receivers. That's always a ton of receivers. But
you can get receivers. Go ahead, go finish up.
Yeah, but there's only like a certain group of running backs.
Do you want to mess with the chemistry of T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Joe Burrow? They have something special.
No, you don't mess with that. You're right.
Exactly.
Because you can get a running back like y'all said.
I mean, that's with Kirk Cousins' chemistry. They ain't care about his chemistry with Justin Jefferson. And they got not Justin Jefferson with Diggs, and they got Justin Jefferson.
There you go again, interjecting. Listen to this great Joe Burrow and T. Higgins.
I'm just saying, I feel like, but they have missed games where T. Higgins didn't play. I mean, where Chase didn't play, they didn't miss a beat. So I feel like they don't. It's not really that.
Do you value? Do you think the National Football League, if this was like we had to ask GMs which one they value the most, I would think they would say T. Higgins because Joe Mixon, no doubt, he's replaceable. You can get another guy to come in there. You could draft a guy. You can develop a guy.
Yes.
Because look at
Pacheco.
I feel like
teams like.
But that's rare though. It's just like you don't really have to do your homework.
Not really.
They got to steal on Joe
Mixon. For each team.
They got to steal on
you
Joe.
should
look at the elite running backs in the NFL. A lot of them were later round picks. Kamara with the Saints, he was a third or fourth round pick.
How many people hit on those though?
Look at the running back.
Not everybody.
Miles Sanders
we've had in New Orleans.
We had Deuce McAllister for plus years.
Pierre Thomas wasn't nobody. We had Latavius
Ivory.
We go
Pierre Thomas.
Ivory was nice with us.
Ivory, but where are them boys at now? We don't have Ivory for.
But I'm saying these are all guys that came in and produced every time.
That's a great point though. They were all complimentary backs. They weren't the main back.
You ain't never had
complimentary. Yeah,
who has the main? Who has the main back outside of Derrick Henry?
Dalvin Cook.
Bengals.
Dalvin Cook. But I'm saying you can. We did it for years. They can do that too. I feel like
they were complimentary. They were complimentary backs. They wasn't the main back.
Running back by committee might be good. Like really though,
you can pay 3 running backs instead of 1. I'd rather do it by committee.
Yeah, committee.
I don't have no wrong with by committee, but I feel like that. I feel like that you getting all your money tied up on receivers, bro. Where you don't see most teams don't do that.
That's the league, though.
How many teams are paying both receivers?
T. Higgins is not gonna make $30 million a year. You gotta understand that.
Somebody, I heard a report that he commanding number 1 receiver money.
I mean, think about it though. Christian Kirk. If Christian Kirk,
you say he's not gonna get it, but
Christian Kirk got 21. He's on. T. Higgins can get 25. He's not gonna get 30.
He gonna get more than. I feel like if he commanding no more receiver money, he gonna get more than that.
Who are they paying in Cincinnati? They haven't paid nobody in 40 years, so they need to pay somebody.
It's gonna come down just like the books. It's gonna come eventually where you're gonna have to free up some money. Look at the Cowboys. They paid all them guys, and now they looking like crap. We can't rebuild our team.
That's called Dak Prescott.
That's my special. You overpaid Dak Prescott. You overpaid Elliott. You overpaid
you paid Amari Cooper.
Hold on. You got $72 million tied into Alvin Kamara, right? Alvin Kamara making $72 million.
I don't know if that much.
What is it?
I don't think it's that much.
$70 million. He has just signed a big contract here recently.
He's probably making about 13, 14 a year, probably.
13. I think they put it up as they showed the total.
He signed a 5-year, 75.
But the money's tied up in Michael Thomas, though. See what I'm saying? It's tied up in Michael Thomas.
Why would the Bengals? Because you're 2 Super Bowl representatives, and then last year you had the same scenario where P. Ryan and Mixon was playing, and then on the other side you had Akers, and nobody just got a featured back. The freaking Giants do because they have no choice. But with that being said, do you believe that you can get to a Super Bowl? I mean, you don't have to have a featured back. I'm with the guys. I see 2 Super Bowl teams in there with 4 backs. 2 apiece.
Yes. Look at the past Super Bowl teams. I mean, think about the
Buccaneers.
49ers.
Buccaneers had Leonard Fournette.
Yeah, but Fournette's always, but they've always had another running back with Fournette.
And they had Jones.
Not Jacksonville. Fournette was the.
I'm talking about when the Super Bowl when he was with the Bucs. They always had
Who was his backup? Who was Fournette's backup in the Super Bowl?
Ronald Jones.
Ronald Jones.
Yeah, he won the featured back. That's what I'm saying. You have to have a featured back.
Well, Fournette's not getting paid Christian McCaffrey money.
The
Well,
Chiefs
yeah,
don't
he's
ever
not
have
up
a feature
there.
back. The Chiefs
But-
never have a feature back.
They'll throw in his team. They throw the football more than just like the Bills. That's what got the Bills in trouble.
The
They
Chiefs haven't had
having full four running backs and not using don't like it's not.
Well, that's a
not
pride
legit.
thing. That's a pride. No,
I don't
that's
think-
a pride thing because they have serviceable running backs. All you gotta do is just swallow your pride and that thing off.
So the next trade is Jalen Ramsey to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't know why would they send him back to Jacksonville.
That don't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
He wouldn't want to go back there.
Yeah, after what happened between it's a new owner, but still. So
Is Coughlin still the GM?
He's out.
I'm not quite sure. I think he got fired.
Oh, it's Balky. That's right. It's Balky, right? Yeah.
So that's trades that people are projecting. Well, Bleacher Report are projecting they could go down, but only seeing like maybe one happen. All right, let's talk about Lamar real quick. Lamar and the Ravens are about $100 million apart in contract talks.
My goodness,
That's a lot of money.
$100 million in contract talks.
that is a crazy
That's how much they're
gap,
apart.
man.
Guaranteed, probably.
Yeah.
Whew. What's the play here, guys? What is the play here?
Not if, but when.
It ain't looking good, man.
He's
Not
gone.
if.
He's gone.
Not if they trade him, but when.
Well, I guess they say we already have a Pro Bowler quarterback on the roster. So we got two Pro Bowl quarterbacks on the roster. They're like, hey, Lamar, we got a Pro Bowl quarterback. So you talking about 100 million? We 100 million apart. You need to come up. You need to come down, son, because we got a Pro Bowl waiting in the wings right now.
And
It's sad that they treat him like a running back. How they treat the running backs in this league. They use them up and then they won't pay them.
And then they discard him. Yup. So Lamar, he might be moving on to another team. I don't know. We've seen this happen before, where teams they won far. That's
too much money, man.
I mean,
that's too much money.
I just can't see Baltimore letting him walk or trading them.
We've heard of people being a couple of $1 million apart in contract talks. I have never in my 33 years in life heard somebody say they are $100 million apart.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money, man.
No shot.
Wow. Yeah. So y'all think Lamar pissed right now that he be valued basically?
With that kind of gap, he got to be.
If to be honest, if they're me, I'd just tell my agent like, don't even talk to him. Like,
yeah, just end it.
Just
Mama,
end it, bro. Yeah, mama, don't take no more calls.
Mom, don't call. Don't talk to him no more.
Stuff like that.
I think the mom
really,
yeah, most definitely. Like,
it would be weird though. I'm the GM of a team. I'm sitting across from a player, mama, talking to her. Like,
so when they go in there for these contract negotiations, I read somewhere that they sit the player down or the agent. They tell them all the flaws that they have. Is that true? If that's true, I'm with RC because that can be hard for the mom to hear all the flaws
about my son.
Look,
I'm the best quarterback in the world.
Yeah, no woman going for that, man. Like you couldn't you couldn't bring your wife or your significant other, girlfriend, and she's sitting right there and she's your agent, and the guy's like, well, at times he's cross-eyed or just going down the list. Man, that's
I feel like your agent can't be biased.
Yeah, and your agent is like he's a lawyer, really. That's all the agent is. Therefore,
he know the truth.
They take their heart out of it. His mama's heart is in it. Like she won't every penny because she's thinking way past football. Like
she getting paid too. All right,
her living.
Let's move on to our next topic. Modern day NFL. I'll let y'all watch this clip and I'll get y'all a taste on it. Oh, let me make sure I'm in the right screen. Okay, here I am. Here we go.
Impressed me. It's super easy when you don't get hit as a quarterback and when you can't reroute receivers and when you can't hit guys across the middle. I love Tom Brady. I love Aaron Rodgers. I love these guys. It's not impressive. What's impressive is what they did.
So that if y'all didn't know who that was, Trent Difford. He said he's not impressed by Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. He's just saying they're not the GOATs. Taylor Gatwood, you agree?
How's Trent Dilfer gonna talk on Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers? Really?
He has a ring, so he qualified.
Man.
He can't talk on them, man.
So what besides that, Gatwood, what's your problem with his take?
I mean, I grew up with the Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers era. Y'all could speak on it more. Or RC, I know RC and Flowers can. You're a little bit older than me, so I'd like to hear y'all's take.
Being old too.
Yeah, Tyler. Okay.
And Ben.
All right. I got something for Tyler.
Tyler, I realize that Ben is old enough to have remembered 2001 Brady.
Come on now.
I was born in '99.
I seen the whole thing when Trip.
That's when he bought that jersey.
Nah, they ain't.
He still
When he had that LeBron jersey.
Yeah, I saw when Bledsoe got hit. I was like, bro. But anyway, RC, what you think about that? That
I agree with Trent Dilfer because I wouldn't necessarily say it's easy. Playing quarterback is not easy. Trent is a quarterback guy that he's a guru. And when I say guru, he teaches guys how to play quarterback. A lot of his quarterbacks are in the NFL that he mentored or trained. All he's saying is back in the day, and I see it now, the National Football League caters to offensive. It's all about points. It's incredibly difficult to play defense. You listen, outside of Josh Johnson, you can't land on a quarterback. To play Josh, they didn't throw the flag. You can't land on the quarterback. You can't sling the quarterback. You can't touch receivers. You can't. So
That's
yes,
true.
it's easier, bro. I think what this happens in basketball as well. When the older guy like Charles Barkley critiques Ja Morant takes it as he's insulting our generation. No, what he's saying is, bro, if you when you get to the basket and you elevate, and there's nobody there defending you, your 50 points isn't very impressive because there's nobody down there stopping you from scoring. And so Brady was able to play the 45, 46 because, bro, like you can't hit Brady, you can't hit Aaron Rodgers. If you could hit Brady, he'd have been done at 40. He'd have been done at 30. Like, you can't touch him. Like, and then in closing on my end, I feel like too, when Trent Difford said, if Peyton Manning would have said that, we wouldn't take it the same. It's just when Dan O'Reilly and Trent Difford is saying stuff like that, we'd be like, oh, who is y'all to talk? But yeah, Trent Difford would get his ass busted. Like, he was playing against some real tough defenses. It was hard. It was a hard brand of football. So I don't see anything wrong with it. I just feel like he's just coming from the wrong person. You'd be like, listen to Eli Manning talk about quarterback. You'd be like,
You're right about that, sir.
All right, Flowers, what you think?
Look, Trent Dilfer's spot on. RC is spot on. I remember watching football, seeing how violent it was until what it is now, and everything is catered to the offense. You know, Trent Dilfer's spot on to when he's saying, back in the day when they say you couldn't come across the middle, you really couldn't come across the middle. And the middle is wide open in today's game because you can't touch anybody. Back in our day, back in their day, my younger days, if somebody threw a slant, you best believe that linebacker was meeting that wide out before the ball came to him. It's just the difference of the game. We can go back and look at Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, and you can go back and see film of them being hit, and you're looking like, my goodness. I remember when Peyton Manning was playing like the Bills or somebody, and somebody took his head off, and you was like, my goodness, how did he get up from that? You know, so the game has changed dramatically, but like RC is saying, Trent Dilfer said it, so people look at it as it's disingenuous, and you know, what does he know? I mean, Trent Dilfer played he was lucky to play with the 2001 rate.
Yeah.
He didn't have to deal with it.
Right.
I think I'm kind of like half and half. He called the wrong names. Cause Brady played long enough to experience all that. So had Rodgers.
Let me say something real quick about that. I should have said while I was talking, but you just made me think about something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when Brady played, let's not act like Brady was more of a game manager during those times.
Right.
The defense was the one bringing it. Defense and special teams was the one bringing everything home for Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady was just brought in to keep the game afloat.
Don't mess it up.
Like I said, like I threw out that stat. I think five of Tom Brady's Super Bowls, he had a top 5 defense.
And he had a kicker.
Yes.
He kicked 3 of them to win.
Kicked 3 game winners.
But listen,
come on now.
Let me say this. Why we be watching football, he be like, how is Kittles that wide open? Why is Kelsey always open?
You can't touch the receiver.
Ain't nobody. Listen, Keith Sweat is playing defense in the middle of the and bro, we're not criticizing this generation. Mm-hmm. These are exceptional athletes. They're great at what they do. If you can't put your hands or do anything to an exceptional athlete, these records finna get out of hand, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's why LeBron James break Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record. It's about longevity. Like he's 6'8", 250, walking through your lane.
You can't touch him. You cannot touch him.
Beat him.
I know y'all saw that video with Dennis Rodman where he said that Jordan would average 50 in today's NBA.
It's a good comment.
He averaged 40 plus.
You know why though? Because Jordan was good at drawing fouls too. So that's what I'm saying. Like he would constantly. You can't touch these superstars. You cannot touch these superstars.
You thought James Harden got fouls in today's age. Imagine what Michael would do.
He get people that pump fake. Bam and one.
Michael every Jordan, time. He was a butthole to officials and people, man. Like so, he was
scared of him.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I just want to say this again, man. Like when you're talking eras, and Flowers made a great point. If I remember Brady being a high-level game manager, and now that's gonna just when I get ready to argue with people about sports and they talking about who to go, I don't never remember Montana and Marino and them boys being game manager. Breeze wasn't even the game manager. Breeze had to go out. Brady in his career, first 10 years,
right?
He was game managing the hell out of football.
Yes,
come on now.
But you look at it, he was the best game manager I ever seen in my life. Because I mean,
yes.
To the last 2 years of his career, he was throwing crazy interceptions. I'd be like, "What you doing, Brady?" But he took care of that football. So, no discredit to Brady either. But it's just I see what I'm saying.
That's right. A lot of people don't realize that. Then go back into tapes and watch some old New England Patriots games. That defense was Ty Law, them boys,
Teddy Bruschi, Richard Seymour, Willa McGinnis. Man, he used to give us hell.
Lloyd Malloy.
Lloyd Malloy.
Oh.
Yeah. Lloyd Malloy, that dude lay some wood on you too.
Then they're bringing a veteran. They're bringing old veterans like Roman Pfeiffer, Junior
Seau. Yeah.
Oh, Roman Pfeiffer. Man, you said a name right there.
Mm-hmm.
Even the guy for Southern Miss, Darius Thomas.
They would
do that. They would bring, like, think about the Super Bowl with Malcolm Butler come in, and we didn't know Malcolm Butler, but he came in and won a Super Bowl for Tom Brady. Like, so, because Brady was beat that Super Bowl. Like, you got to think about it. If fortunes go the other way, Carolina beat them, St. Louis beat them, the Seahawks beat them. You're taking rings off his fingers. So, if he had to do it, the Giants did.
Donovan McNabb was terrible.
All right, so let's go on to NFL news real quick before we move on to fast break. AJ Green, he retired today. Hall of Fame vote, yay or nay? Hall of Fame, yay or nay? Yay for me. He getting my vote.
So they put Fred Taylor and other guys.
Yeah,
speak on it.
Yeah,
Jimmy Smith should have been in there. He going.
Jimmy Smith, Fred Taylor should have been in, no doubt.
Keenan Allen and Gerald Everett are expected to get cut to save the Chargers $19 million in cap.
You said Keenan Allen?
Mm-hmm.
Gerald Everett.
Wow.
Hey, Flowers, do what y'all got to do, man. They're going to use some weapons. They're going to go true number one right there.
That's why receiver one. Somebody said this is the first year he been healthy. Talking about Keenan Allen.
That's the only thing that scares me about Keenan Allen, man. He's a baller, man, but my goodness, he cannot stay healthy.
He cannot stay healthy. So that's about it in news and notes. Let's move on to fast break. So we can bring Dustin on, talk some NBA. Cause I know he got some stuff on his chest.
Spicy.
It's straight spicy.
That beat, man. Who did that beat?
Dustin Bishop. That was Houdini.
Yeah, Houdini doing some. Yeah, he know what he's doing, man.
You know a little something, dog.
Yeah, I told y'all he used to produce music.
Well, you know, I know that.
Well, yeah, you knew that. Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. Right now, he working with Busy Bone on a couple of assignments.
Okay.
He tried to work with Ben, but Ben can't rap though. So
hey, Busy like Ben though.
Hey, yeah, hey, I tell you the story. We took Busy back to the airport, man. I felt kind of cool because I gave him a lift in my car. We hopped in, took a little road trip to Alabama.
You ain't spitting nothing. You ain't trying to slide your demo.
Nah, man, I'll try to gain some knowledge.
Biggie.
I'm trying to gain some knowledge. Hope he slipped me a couple thousand.
Yeah.
But anyway, Dustin, man, what's going on?
man, apparently a lot, man.
A lot. Man, well, we just had a show Friday. Now we back here with some big headline news. Let's start off with Kyrie. Kyrie was traded. You say it's not official yet, so we waiting for
it's official
report.
It's official
now.
Yes.
It's official now. So it was just two teams, right?
Yeah.
The third team. Okay. So the Mavericks received Kyrie and Morris. The Nets received Dinwiddie, Finley Smith, 29 first rounder, 27 and 29 second rounder. 29. That's a long ways away.
Man.
Dustin, what do you think about this trade?
Man, they did it just to spite Kyrie. They really did.
Big time.
I mean, look, you gotta remember, Dinwiddie had gotten traded. That was where he came from.
Right.
So I don't know why they brought him back. And then they could have had the Lakers first round picks and Russ. But instead, you get two second. Come on now. I mean, at least I gotta give him credit because Josiah came out and said like it wasn't he that was like his main thing to avoid giving Kyrie to the Lakers. And I mean, I kind of can't blame him because of everything Kyrie did.
Mm-hmm.
So he kind of shot himself in the foot there because he asked for a trade this summer, bought in. They were actually playing well once Kyrie was able to play.
Yeah.
They were playing well together, and then KD got hurt, and then I don't know, it all went downhill. Now he opted out again.
You think Kyrie? I got with this. You think Kyrie and KD got into it somehow? You think that's what transpired? Cause that was a whole 360.
I don't know, really, honestly, because KD said he was really surprised that Kyrie requested a trade. It was really random. Like nobody saw that coming. It was a weird trade. I mean, I know him and KD requested for a trade earlier in the year, but like this was a really random one from Kyrie at this point.
Well, we know Kyrie's, I don't know, I don't want to call him bipolar, but he getting his feelings sometimes. And something had to been said between the coaches because I'm gonna read this what his coach said about him. He came out and said a little quote. He said, "I think you have a responsibility as a basketball player, like I do as a coach. I show up, I do my job every single day. That's what I sign up for, and that's my expectation for 1 through 17."
1,000%. I mean, honestly, Kyrie was just mad about not getting that contract extension.
Yeah.
And I mean, he brought that on himself. I mean, but he could at least played out the whole year. I mean, of course, they're not going to give you a contract extension in February because, man, you only been playing like what 3-4 months consistently.
Yeah.
Like,
Who showed to John asking for more money?
Contract, baby. Nah,
They
bro.
40% of the time now.
3.5 years. In 3.5 years, they said they only played like 70-something games together.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
Insane.
Kyrie.
I don't often agree with Perk, but I do agree with him when he say Kyrie like the killer of big threes. Like he gonna come in he a big three.
I see. What do you think this does to Kyrie legacy? Do you
You don't
think
have one.
or
First of all, I feel real. I have this weird feeling that Kyrie is like self-sabotaging himself. Like I don't think he want to play professional basketball anymore. He don't know how to quit. I say this all the time to people. You hear people say, "Well, don't be a quitter." Sometimes you need to know when to fold them, know when to walk away. And then somebody say that in the song. I think he needs to just like retire because. And then LeBron posted this. Maybe it's him. Maybe it's because he think the league is conspiring against him. Bro, you're going through the same thing Kobe Bryant went through and every other Michael Jordan went through it as a Wizard. They're not going to help you win no more rings, Doc. You is done. It has nothing to do with you. You're going to get the all-time record. You get a ring, you're gonna have to get it with the group that you have. But far as Kyrie, I don't know why he would think they would do him any favors. And then the Nets are in a bind with taking on that Ben Simmons contract. It's just a bunch of dysfunction. So they kind of like, man, they feeling some type of way because they foreseen Ben Simmons, KD, and Kyrie working, and it hasn't worked. And all teams in the National Basketball Association need to realize that this big three thing is dead. Like you do not win the championship. Milwaukee proved that. The Suns and
the Suns,
the Memphis Grizzlies are showing you can win as a team. Even the freaking, if you really think about Golden State, they weren't a big. They were developed. There wasn't a big. So you don't have to do it that way anymore. That was done away by the Miami Heat, and it ain't gonna be done again. Like it ain't gonna work like that. So beat the dead horse.
Tyler, how you feel about Kyrie's decision to even pull this?
It's right on brand with Kyrie. His track record speaks for itself. The last 3 teams he been at, let's go to Cleveland. He ruined that. They had something special in Cleveland with Bron and him. I don't care who you put around them. They were special. He messed that up. Then he goes to Boston and says, "I want to be here. I want to end my career here." Then he leaves there. Now this in Brooklyn, like I don't see how he can't see that his track record proves what he does. Like no team is gonna look at you like you think they look at you.
I hope you don't screw up Luka.
I don't think he can. Yeah,
that's Luka franchise. They'll sit Kyrie and wait till the end of his contract for that.
But they're probably that's a good pairing because that's LeBron. Luka's a slow version, unathletic version of LeBron James. He's ball dominant. He can play off. You can play off of that.
I disagree with that. Like they're similar but dissimilar to me. Like just because Luka looked to score a whole lot more than LeBron does.
Yeah.
He much more of a scorer than LeBron, while LeBron has always been past. Like Luka gonna take that last shot.
We can hang it up then. He better become
LeBron. Not passing it up.
Maybe this helped develop Luka.
Luka
developed, buddy.
I'm talking about developing like team wise, not like
wrong guy.
Skill wise.
I think it's gonna be ISO Luka, ISO Kyrie, ISO Luka.
Oh yeah, nobody's getting the ball over there, bro. Straight ISO ball.
Yeah,
Luka has.
Let me say this though. Maybe Kyrie coming in gives Luka a chance to get off the ball earlier.
Yeah,
because he holds the ball too long, and when he passes it off, it's either a lob or somebody got to shoot it. So maybe Kyrie coming in, and Luka has to respect Kyrie because of his skill and what he's done. So Luka might ease up a little bit.
Actually, somebody said something kind of, towards that. They big reason is speculated why Dallas chose to get Kyrie is to see if Luka would be even willing to defer to somebody else.
But this guy's a cancer. This guy. I've been on both ends of defending and criticizing. Like I feel like at times I'm with him in his stance, and then at times I'm like, man, what the hell wrong with you? Like it's like you shouldn't have to do that with a person. Like being like, listen, we get on here, you my guy. We get on here, we talk sport. But I know who Ben Reynolds is. If at any time I'm talking to you and you go from Dr. Jekyll and Mrs. Hyde on this, you are consistently hating on this podcast every time you're on here. If you get on here tomorrow and you're a good Samaritan and you like love LeBron and Cam Newton, I wouldn't know.
I must be sick. I need to take me to the doctor.
This man is never the same. Don't you know who's hurt more than Kevin Durant right now? Kevin Durant probably like, what in the hell?
That's the only reason he in Brooklyn.
Come on, bro. He's stuck in that media fooling with this dude.
I think Dallas should have kept Brunson.
Yeah,
we
agree.
can go back to that. Yeah,
I agree.
Bro, like
it seemed like they made full circle.
I got a question. Does Dallas make this trade? Because I think Kyrie's an unrestricted free agent after this year. Do they make this trade without talking to Kyrie about an extension? I don't think they make this trade without that. I'm not saying it's gonna be a 4-year deal, maybe a 2-year deal.
I heard rumors he's just a rental.
Yeah,
that's what I heard.
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, I've heard he's just a rental. I think Dallas figures he's probably more likely not gonna sign with them. But trading away Dinwiddie and all those guys, it frees them up to kind of pick up some people to build up around Luka over the summer.
True.
And that's the only way Dallas is going to get superstars or elite level players, because Dallas is not it's not a place guys are just born to go. So that's the way they got to do. It's kind of like how New Orleans has to do that, and small market teams have to go trade for big name players. So I agree with how they did it. It just, for me, I just feel like Kyrie is a wild card and can make things worse. Because if Luka couldn't get along with Porzingis, he gonna have a time with Kyrie. You know, because Porzingis tell Luka is Kyrie. Am I lying?
Think about when the Mavericks won their championship. They had Dirk. They didn't have another superstar. It was just Dirk. I mean, I feel like that's how they're kind of building with Luka. Like
they had Dirk and a bunch of great players.
Yeah, a bunch of good role players.
They had J Kidd. J Kidd
he's older.
J Kidd, Tyson Chandler, Jason Terry.
That was a squad.
They had really good role players around that time.
Yeah, man.
But nobody wants to play a role nowadays. That's the problem. Nobody wants to be a role player.
That like a role is bad thing. Like, no, be good at what you do.
Kyrie is
that's basketball though.
Y'all say that, but y'all done been on the court with somebody that don't pass the ball to.
I hate
it. That's true. But basketball is a game.
That's Luka. That's true. Once you get to that level, that's true though.
But Kyrie Irving is really living out Uncle Drew. He's out there like Uncle Drew doing stuff. Be like, you watch Kyrie be out there doing and 1 stuff, doing and 2 stuff, and 3. He don't.
To Kyrie Justice, he do make it look good though.
He do make it look good.
Like, as long as he plays, there will be no problem.
That's why the NBA is. That's why the NBA at this point, man, because it's too much standing around looking at one player play basketball. Nobody wants to just stand around and watch a guy play. I mean,
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Me and Dustin actually played with somebody that hauled the ball. We used to say, "Don't throw that ball down the paint because you ain't getting it back."
Some guys are just great enough. You got to hold that though.
I'd be fine being PJ Tucker playing good defense and hitting threes and making $12 million a year. Making $12 million a year to hit threes and play defense, I'd do that.
That's I'm saying though.
I heard this saying Kobe Bryant had, because I used to think Kobe Bryant was the all-time, my all-time ball hog. He was the greatest ball hog ever. But then I heard, and it's crazy, he had to die for me to really understand this. He was like, he watched other guys not put in work. Mm-hmm. He's like, work at the game, so why would I trust him during the game? Like, this contractually, I have to play with them. He was like, when I got to the game, you're out all night drinking and partying, you don't get up shots, and then you get in the game. And it's a selfish mindset, but basketball, the NBA is entertainment. On the high school, college level, you got to move that ball. You got to play together. And the NBA is entertainment, and Kyrie is out there Uncle Drew in that thing. Like, so I'm kind of going to be intrigued by watching how, because both of them ball hog.
Mm-hmm.
So Good luck.
They can take turns doing it though.
I have a quick question. So let's give out a grade for this trade. T. Wright, what you give this trade? What grade you give this trade?
In regards to who?
Kyrie going to the Dallas.
Like, for which team?
For Dallas. Give Dallas a grade.
For Dallas, I have to. I don't know. That's tough. I have to say like somewhere C plus B. I just don't know what direction they're going in. Like, if they plan to re-sign them, if they plan to re-sign them, then like I get it.
I'm giving them
an A.
You said an A?
He's at an A, 100.
I don't know. Then the fit is not ideal. It's just I say a C. C plus.
I know it don't look good, but at least Dallas and Mark Cuban, at least they're taking a shot at a title. They weren't going to get a title. They weren't going to get a title with just Luka and them. I feel like they weren't, not this year anyways.
So you think they're getting a title this year with?
I'm not saying
Kyrie
that, but
no, they'll be able to make a run.
But it gives them a chance.
Because I think they
they basically just gave up nothing.
Exactly. So
they gave up. They ain't guard nobody. They gave their defense up.
Oh yeah.
All right, Flowers. What you give them?
I give it a B plus. Only because Kyrie puts a cloud on everything. I love Kyrie's game. I think he's a genuine person, but man, you gotta show your ass up to work. Excuse my language. You gotta work, dog. You can't sit up here and question and have all these questions and get mad at these owners and this and that, and you taking a check from them. But you gotta show up to work, man. Plain and simple. I think Kyrie and Luka can work because I think Kyrie will garner respect from Luka, and Luka will respect Kyrie enough to let Kyrie be the second man. When Luka goes to the bench, Kyrie can keep things going. I remember when James Harden was in Brooklyn for a short time and Kyrie played off the ball. He was great. So let's not sit up here and act like he can't play off the ball. It puts fear into the Western Conference because you got to stop him, man. I'm not saying that Dallas is going to be great defensively, but let's keep in mind that Dallas does have Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd can relate to Kyrie, so let's see what happens. But worst case scenario, he doesn't resign. They have free money. Build around Luka. B plus.
All right, Dustin, what's your grade?
I give him B minus. I think the big positive is they free up some space to make some moves this summer. I really don't see Kyrie re-signing with them. I think it makes them a little bit more competitive maybe than they were just because Kyrie's talent. I don't see that working long term or even when they play some of the better teams in the playoffs just because no defense and then they'll get some regular season wins, but when you have ISO ball, it's not going to work in the playoffs because teams have time to plan and game plan for you. Whereas versus the regular season, it's a different game plan every night against a different team. But now they have time to sit down and specifically plan, to defend you. And that's not going to work, especially not in the West right now.
Yeah, most of the time when you play against teams that play iso ball, you always let that one player get his and you shut down the rest of the team. You can get how many points you want, but we just gonna set the rest of the team down, and you're not gonna be able to win like that. All right, RC, what's your grade?
I don't even want to grade this paper. I give it a B, but I like what Dallas did because Dallas, like we said, they're trying to do it with what the Raptors did with Kawhi. Can we, steal one because Kyrie is a wild card. I just think Dallas, that location for Kyrie, just really weird. I feel like if he comes in there with a bat, you just don't know what you're getting in that guy. But if you get the guy that we've seen over the years, that the basketball part of it, they're dangerous. Because in this brand of basketball, you can't ISO and you can't and you can outscore teams. Them two alone can beat a team, I believe. So can be the teams that that's in the middle of the pack. So I'll give it a B plus for Dallas.
That sounds good. Can't wait to see it live in action. It's gonna be something else.
Ben,
All right, let's.
Ben,
What do you say?
let me give a Nets grade real quick.
Okay.
At first, I was thinking, there's really not much they could do because Kyrie requested a trade. They had to trade him. But when I saw reports that the Suns offered Chris Paul, Jay Crowder, and picks, I think they should have took that deal because KD's on your roster. He's trying to compete this year. I think CP3, Crowder, and picks could have helped them this year.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was the best offer that was on the table.
So I wonder what made them take the Mavs offer instead.
Despite Kyrie,
I mean,
I think they're gonna
he's
try
still going
they
to a
was
good
trying
team
to,
though.
they
I
might
mean,
give them a higher
Kyrie
pick.
on the Suns. Kyrie on the Suns to me is a better fit than Kyrie on the Mavs, just because Kyrie on the Suns, it still allows him to be ball dominant because Devin Booker, he not he a 1-2, maybe 3 dribble type of player. He can play off the ball really well. Run around screens and catch and shoot. So I feel like, that would have been a better fit for Kyrie, and maybe would have made Phoenix.
Clippers would have been all right.
Maybe
let's cut the deal.
Help Brooklyn too, because I think Chris Paul and Kevin Durant would I think that'd make a solid deal.
Yeah, that'd been nice.
There was one fit, and it fit like a glove. And LeBron is somewhere crying his eyes out. If you'd have sent that dude to LA, they'd have won a championship because he would have wanted to be there with LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
And Anthony Davis would have miraculously been Anthony Davis in the bubble because he realized we got Kyrie. See, he wouldn't have set out as many games. He'd have walked to the finish line, limp to the finish line. But anywhere you send Kyrie is a bad fit, except send him to LeBron, because in LeBron's credit, just like Tom Brady and Michael Jordan and those greats, even Kobe Bryant, they can figure out how to deal with Ron Artest. They can figure out how to deal with Dennis Rodman. They can figure out how to deal with J.R. Smith. You don't think Kyrie is the perfect match for LeBron? It's almost like sending him to his parents or something. Everybody else, Luka don't even speak great English. When they get to yapping, he gonna really piss Kyrie off. Because
you know what Luka and Kyrie remind me of? AI and Carmelo.
That's it right there. Oh man,
they got to the Western Conference Finals.
They did.
They did.
The Nets,
but they had a chance to do.
Can you see Kyrie getting out of a car with cowboy boots on? Oh, this gonna be must-see TV. He ain't doing that.
Yeah,
let me ask y'all a question.
A Northeast kid, he pretty much Northeast is
the Nets
outside of Cleveland.
I think the Nets should have took their ego aside and took the CP3 Jay Crowder deal because KD's leaving. If they'd have made that trade, they could have made a run this year. I think.
think
now KD's gone.
Cam Thomas just hit 47 tonight on the Clippers.
He is like that.
He got
91
Cam Thomas got a game.
91 points in 2 games. But that ain't gonna keep Kevin Durant in New Jersey. No, he getting out of there.
Well, there was also talks. There was all. I got a question, but I'm gonna say this too. There was also talks when I was reading earlier that they were trying to package Dinwiddie and something else to Toronto, possibility for Fred VanVleet or Siakam.
Yeah,
there's also that. But my question is, can we all agree that the West is wide open this year?
100%.
I mean, wide open.
Yeah.
East is too, really.
All agree that the Warriors are not going to flip a switch because they
steps out.
They completely have run out of but they've been playing this way. I truly believe we send in the end of what they're. I think Memphis is going to be in the playoffs and knock them out just because it's time. It's not going to be because they just.
Memphis might not get the chance.
It's going to be somebody else. That's what you're saying, or they might not make the playoffs.
Well, yeah, Memphis might not make the playoffs the way they go.
Gonna be my Pelicans.
Yeah, they lost 7 straight now. Memphis.
Yeah, talking all that good noise.
Man, talking crazy, man.
We touched on LeBron a couple minutes ago. Let's go back to it. I got a video for y'all.
Oh, brother.
I can't sit here and say I'm not disappointed on not being able to land such a talent, but someone that I had great chemistry with, and know I got great chemistry with on the floor, that can help you win, championships. In my mind, in my eyes, But my focus is shifted now. My focus is shifted back to where it should be, and that's this club now, and what we have in the locker room.
That's a quick pivot, LeBron.
It's a quick pivot. Quick pivot. It don't take me long. It don't take me long. I don't get too excited about the possibilities of things that can be. I kind of envision myself on what it can, but I don't invest it all the way until I know it's happening. And when it does not happen, I'm back locked in on the job at hand. So, we had an opportunity. I think our names was out there. The Lakers' name was out there. We had an opportunity. Didn't happen. We move on, and we finish the season strong. Try to get a bid into the postseason, where I feel if we go in healthy, and we compete with anybody.
That's a good answer. I think that was a good answer.
Why does he have to have an interview after the man got traded?
Because he's LeBron.
Yeah, this LeBron. He about to break the scoring record. Like, I think I've seen LeBron do more interviews than I've seen him do in like the past 5-6 years.
Yeah, you ever seen anybody else have an interview for an announcement and go to the meet? I ain't never seen that.
So let me read this right here real quick. After the interview, he said, "There are times when I wish I can do normal things. I wish I can go to Target sometimes and walk into Starbucks and have a name on the cup just like regular people. I'm not sitting here complaining about it, of course not, but it can be challenging sometimes."
LeBron, I don't go in
that man went from here to the press.
Lord.
That man sitting in the dark with the ambient colors going in the room.
Let's trade, LeBron. Let's trade.
Just because he didn't get his way. Just because he didn't get his way. This dude over here sulking.
They ask him that
press.
question, man.
Come on, man. I don't give a care.
They ask him that.
LeBron ain't been normal since 13, 14 years old. I'm quite sure he's used to it.
Come on, bro. You don't got to answer that question.
So like, man, LeBron was poor before. You want to be poor again? Like, what?
Yeah, hold on. Let me tweet LeBron now. Let me unblock LeBron, then tweet him. Say, hey, bro, just give me a couple of millions. I can make that happen for you.
Yeah,
I mean, that's all it is to it.
No, I wanted to RC. RC looks like he got something to say about it.
So, RC, you saw the interview. Now you come down saying this. What's going on, man? Is he throwing a pity party? Is he soaking?
Well, first of all, who cries about the woman that left him? Like,
he want her back.
Hey, that's back.
He's still hurt.
Kyrie wanted to get away from him. Am I correct? Am I correct?
No, you correct.
And now she want to come back after all these years. You that guy, LeBron? You that guy?
Yeah, I take it for that guy.
Bro, you want to get that bad that you think you can fix anybody. That's how you got Westbrook. Huh? You think you basketball Jesus? Like, listen, bro, listen. Kevin Durant. He lied to Kevin Durant so bad that Kevin Durant don't even know who Kyrie Irving is. It's a different dude. Like, there's no way Kevin Durant leaves Golden State to go be with Kyrie Irving if Kyrie don't sell him the dream. And LeBron feel like this is the missing piece. Now, I said earlier on in my take that I believe that they will win a championship. But the more I think about it, like, you don't know if he's coming to work. You don't know if he's coming to work. You don't know if somebody's gonna piss him off. You don't know. So if it's a pattern of people not being able to fix this dude or control this dude, why do LeBron think he can fix everybody?
He desperate.
Like, bro, this is Brady and LeBron got the same disease. AB bit Tom Brady's hand. I'm talking about still biting it if he can bite on it. It's the same situation. Why would you even take and do, being honest with you, you think the NBA gonna let you get to 6 championships, break Michael Jordan, or pass Michael Jordan to tie him, pass up Magic and everything, pass up everybody and everything. Come on, bro. The NBA like, nah, bro. So look, pump your brakes, bro. Save something for somebody else, bro. Like,
Durant said no too. he went and told Josiah, hey, do not bring Russ to Brooklyn.
What?
Kevin Durant. Yeah, I know KD. KD definitely would have asked for it as soon as he saw that headline, Russ to Brooklyn.
Yeah,
that next, the 5 minutes later, that next headline would have been like, "KD,
Cry me a river." Tyler, would
What's
Kobe
up,
come out and do this?
do
This whole little press, this little conference, this little interview
Nah,
after
Kobe-
Kyrie trade.
Kobe a different kind of guy, man.
Would Jordan do this, Tyler?
You don't want to go there with me because Kobe done did.
I'm
some
just
stuff
asking
too,
questions because I'm trying to figure out.
Look, Kobe done not shot in the whole. Kobe lost the whole series to prove a point. If we gonna go,
I never seen Kobe cry the next day after he didn't get
he
traded.
didn't
Remember
shoot the
when
ball.
Nash?
He didn't shoot the ball. To
That's
prove
a different. That's a different kind of. That's a different kind of outrage.
That's the ultimate.
But to Kobe justice, he won whining when
when Nash, we didn't get
David
Nash.
Stern, when David
Nash,
Stern bit Beto, when David Stern,
Chris Paul. That's what I'm thinking about. You can't self-proclaim yourself a GOAT, then complain about not getting the things you want. You put on your big boy pants and you get back to work.
And that's what he said. He said he wanted the Kyrie. It didn't happen. Now he focused on the team.
After he said a whole bunch of nothing.
Boy, man,
I guess I gotta get back to work. I mean, that's the only thing I can do.
We know Draymond on a plane to LA to take care of his guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Draymond coming right over. He like, hey LeBron, I'll play with you next year. I'll be available.
I just hate the fact that every time LeBron getting ready to pass Kareem, right? And it's just like all this controversy. Like we watching greatness as it's happening. You know what I'm saying? Jordan
he made it worse though.
But no, I'm saying like we can't just appreciate what's going on with LeBron. We'll never see this again. Like the other day, it was on the third. It was two. Mike got a Mike day all of a sudden. Like when is that?
Tyler, let me say something to you real quick. The only reason nobody's really taking this serious because LeBron not taking it serious. I mean, he's been so nonchalant about breaking the record. I mean, how can we take it serious? I mean, and then now he's closer to it. Well, I'm getting a little closer to it. It's in the back of my head. Dude, you want to break this damn record. Say you want to break the record. You are proud to break the record. You are thankful to be able to break the record. Stop making like it is not this big of a deal for you to break this record.
I want to say LeBron James, Tom Brady, they do it to themselves. Like when Brady pulled his phone up the other day and he was like, I'm retired. I'm like,
that was a nasty.
Is this necessary, bro? Listen, you done played so long. Your name is dry in the cement. You got all the records. It's like not knowing when to quit or knowing how to leave, and they make it work for themselves. Like what's understood don't have to be explained. Like everything you guys have done has raised the bar so high. And I think with LeBron James, the reason why he get a lot of his criticism is because he's like has the movie script. He's writing it himself. He's like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say that. I've never.
They gonna love me.
Do you think Kobe Bryant, when he didn't get Dwight Howard to re-sign, or he didn't get Chris Paul, that should have been when you had the ESPN special and they sold the trade. And Kobe, you think Kobe was gonna be on there crying, talking about, damn man, like I was this close to getting.
I was this close to another championship. How about now, LeBron? You still the West, like you said, the West is wide open.
But you see what a league traditionally has done this to great players. They did it to Kobe. They're doing it to LeBron now. Because they don't. Michael Jordan is untouchable, and that's sad because
it's sad.
It really is. I feel like LeBron body of work and everything he's done measures up. But as far as it's all about preference. My goal is Michael Jordan, but if LeBron just shut up and just play, if you just look at if you just watch the car go by, you like, bro, that's a nice car. But
it's the social media, era.
Like, hey, I'm a car. No shit, you know the car. Like
it's that, and I think it's just the fact that, like RC said, Jordan is untouchable. Jordan can do no wrong in anybody in the NBA's eyes.
But I think Jordan's untouchable because of his demeanor.
No,
Jordan's untouchable. I don't know what it is. They act like his career started.
Hold on, wait a minute. I get what y'all saying, but let's not act like LeBron hasn't had the chance to top Jordan. had 10 chances.
Yeah.
Going for him.
But he sank the ship every time he opened his mouth.
Wow,
That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. I mean, if you like me and your preference, Michael Jordan, I mean, you gotta appreciate LeBron. And I mean,
no doubt.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna miss LeBron. Even when LeBron,
I'm gonna miss him.
I'm gonna miss him when he gone. He not better than Jordan, but I don't miss him when he gone.
For you,
I agree with that.
Man, it's just
quick.
There you go.
All I know
prayers.
I used to love LeBron
MJ
James
got
when he
better
first came out.
shoes. MJ got better shoes, and his highlights just look better. Like, and MJ had a certain finesse and demeanor to him. Like,
wait, you know why? No more LeBron report when he's retired. No more LeBron ESPN. No more. It's like no more dominant headlines. Now we can appreciate other players.
But who picking up the mantle though? Who picking up the mantle? Because I mean, this to me, this is like the first era in the NBA. There's not a clear person.
I think that's good though. I think that's good.
I mean, even
by committee, it can be carried.
It can be good though because
Bill. I mean, you had Bill, Russell, Wilt. Then you had Dr. J. Then you had Larry and Magic. Then
I feel like
then you had Kobe. I feel like Bron, but who after
RC been telling you for the longest.
No, I feel like back then I think people was like more gravitate toward their team player more than anything.
It's a players league
because every team had a star.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Every team.
So that's what the NBA is at now. If the NBA can get like no more grouping up, there's no more of that. We need competition.
So in LeBron, see, this is the thing about Michael Jordan. That's the only reason why I ever looked at basketball in sports. He led me to football as well. It's the competitive, the will to compete and want to bird. What we have now is, like I said, the foreign players are the elite players. We have to come to grips with that. That Giannis, all those guys, the best players in the league are foreign players. Our American boys are lazy. Like they literally
they want to be fashion show models.
They don't want to compete. They don't want to compete. Giannis has a dog in him, and it comes out on that basketball court. But
I love Giannis.
To say LeBron James, the one thing that I think that he don't realize is a lot of what he's done. Michael never had. When LeBron retired, he's probably gonna be in play with 20 Hall of Famers, at least 15.
I mean, you got players that still don't like Mike.
Michael Jordan.
That's what I'm saying. That's competitiveness, man. You know how competitive you gotta be to not like somebody, like still after the years and hold grudges.
Let me say something about
this certain thing. Go ahead, Flo.
No, I'm saying, go ahead.
I feel like it's certain things people don't mention about LeBron. Like all that is true, but I feel like LeBron came into the league. He's never had a legendary coach. Mike and Kobe played with Phil Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
And Bron never had that. The greatest coach Bron played with was who? Spoelstra, maybe.
Spoelstra.
He's never had an organization. Nice. He's been the GM. He's been the GM. He go to Cleveland. He's the greatest. Like he balling out in Cleveland. They don't put a team around him.
But half is his fault too, though.
That's not his fault. If they don't put a team
he dictates who he wants. He the one who got Brown in there. He the one who got like
at that point, yes. But when he came into the league, that's what he was shown that
I don't think
the organization wasn't doing nothing.
But would Phil Jackson be Phil Jackson without Mike? Though?
That's true.
Come on, bro. Let me explain something to you, man. I come to realize that Phil Jackson might be getting more credit than he deserved because guess what? He did play with Shaq, Pippen. He did have Shaq, Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, Dennis Rodman. And those are cornerstones of team. And then not only that, he brought in all the veterans that didn't nobody want, but everybody needed, didn't realize they needed. Rick Fox, Ron Harper, Horace Grant. These guys, Horace Grant followed him.
Horry.
Like Scottie Pippen was going to be a Laker. It got derailed.
Bill was selective.
Okay. But that's like Steve Kerr.
I can't say this. I'm not going to give LeBron. LeBron played at one time. If they don't dismantle this team, he had on one team. And I'm going to start with the sorriest player, and he ain't sorry. Jay Crowder was on this team. Jalen Rose, Derrick Rose, D. Wade, Isaiah Thomas, Iman Shumpert, J.R. Smith, Tristan. He had all of them on one team and blew it up. But if that goes through, you had a whole team of players that if you would have given Michael Jordan Ray Allen, just give him Ray Allen with Scottie Pippen. Don't give him a sober Dennis Rodman. The Dennis Rodman he had slept in
I think Rodman was better, not so.
but I think the bad boy Piston, Flowers, you can say this, the bad boy Piston version of Rodman was such a freaking, he was a pest.
Hustler.
Bro, listen, this dude had a 30 rebound game. And it's like, I'm talking about in the consecutive games. I forgot how I saw the stat lines of just rebounds and extra possessions. You taking possessions away, offensive and defensive. What I'm saying is LeBron has played with Dwayne Wade, Anthony Davis. I'm talking about even if you want to go to the second tier players like Kyle Kuzma and Caldwell Pope. Them guys
had a great young team. Oh, he blew that young team up.
Brandon Ingram. The Pelicans rebuilt their organization.
Julius Randle.
Because of the Lakers, they was able to build that new team because of the Lakers. So it's like,
Kai, he didn't want to be patient. Don't say half this LeBron's fault too because he wanted some of these guys. He wanted that coach. He wanted So he can't cry, man. It's like you cannot cry right now. You had a great career.
I agree with that. What's wrong? Him wanting Russ kind of messed up. Like I feel like if he doesn't have Russ on that team, nobody want to trade for Russ. He might get Kyrie. But he messed that organization up on Russ. I will say that.
Look what he did to David Black's career.
Yeah, that's messed up too.
Dude got David Black. David Black. I'm talking about it's two dudes that LeBron need to be arrested for. Is Delonte West and David Black. Delonte West played on the street on drugs.
Delonte West,
that shouldn't be fun.
Delonte West brought that on himself. I can't play, bro.
That mom was single and ready to mingle. That's fair game.
Wait, stop.
I ain't gonna lie. I would have did the same thing Bron did. I would have did the same thing Bron did.
You seem like a stand-up guy. You when he turned his back, you'd have slipped something in his drink because that's what's happened to him. You'd have gave him a blunt, and the blunt, instead of the blunt having marijuana, it was a whole lot of shit. He ain't recovered from the shit that he smoked a no-no.
Delonte West took one of the best shots he could ever do in his life. But
so, you the LeBron guy. Think about the totality of LeBron's career.
Let me say this real quick. Oh, go ahead. Finish up, and I'm gonna say what I gotta say.
He's had everything you can have. The greatest shooter ever, one of the best shooting guards ever, one of the most versatile big men ever. He's had evers on the back of a lot of the players he's played with ever. That's the best.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, bro. Come on. Jordan ain't had no evers.
He is the
ever. He's my. I will say he's my go-to. I will say that.
Mm-hmm. Let me say
I just feel like. Go ahead.
No, finish up, and I'll say what I gotta say.
I just say I don't. I feel like he doesn't get the credit that he deserves. I feel like everybody discredit what he does more than they give him the credit.
I feel like he does that because he be like when he play against the Warriors, he said in a press conference like, I'm the only one that went up against how many championships the Warrior has and beat him and everything. Like, bro, like nobody asked you about that.
I agree with him with that, man. For him,
why you calling out your achievements like nobody don't know?
But that was tough.
They always discredit him.
He's the reason. He's the reason for why Golden State was.
I feel like Bron brings some of that on himself, but
like, why?
I mean, people do discredit Bron. I'm not gonna lie and say people don't. I think Bron gonna be much more appreciated when he retires.
When he retired, we gonna all cry.
But he brings a lot of. LeBron is like that person who gives money to a homeless person and then puts it on TikTok.
He take a picture of him. Like, hey, like hold that dollars up.
Bro,
he that girl that gotta let you know she fine.
Cleveland, and he started crying, Cleveland, This is it was not one tear in that man's eye. It was all. It reminded me of when I watched Michael Jordan win a championship. And he was on the floor crying, and I watched Kobe sitting there looking at the trophy. I feel like he had to create that moment for himself.
Right.
He had to go, okay, now this is my Kobe moment. This is my Jordan laying on the floor crying about his dad. Cleveland, bro, you just left Cleveland. You didn't want to play with. I think it was Bennett and Wiggins. Like now, all of a sudden, it's all about Cleveland. No, you saw where Cleveland,
Opportunity.
yes, opportunity, and listen, man, I got to give him credit. LeBron has an eye for talent. He can get. I'm talking about what was the kid? The white. What's his name? The point guard. I couldn't think of his name. The white guy.
Oh, let's go about that Australian.
Dellavedova gave Steph Curry fits in the NBA Finals. If you really go watch that series, LeBron went in that locker room before that game. Whatever he pulled into Dellavedova, that's why LeBron will be a great GM and a coach. Because when he give you that team, you go off. You tap into something. And Dellavedova got paid $24 million, and we ain't seen him stay. But
he rode off in the sunset.
He brought the best out of Dellavedova. Dellavedova was out there. He looked like everything that was in him come out in that finals. And I was impressed. He was shooting threes. He was guarding Steph full court. Steph was trying to bow that man up. But look at the players when they leave LeBron James. Ben Innocent, it's real quiet. It's real quiet. And I would say that about Tristan Thompson. He's not even the same player without LeBron James. You don't even hear his name, do you? Is he in the league?
No, he on Fox.
He on ESPN.
Again, Tristan Thompson brought that on himself, though.
Yeah, but bro, LeBron, Mario Chalmers,
Lord Cole.
Bro, all these dudes, LeBron made them. It's kind of he has that same effect that Aaron Rodgers had. I feel like you look so much better with Brady and Braun and Rodgers. You really do. You got to give him that, Ben. You agree with that?
Yeah, most definitely.
Everybody except Kevin Love. I think he ruined Kevin Love.
He couldn't do nothing for Kendrick Perkins. He couldn't.
Kevin Love would.
You only do so much, RC. You only do so much. All right, before we come close in the show, I want y'all to look at this highlight, and y'all tell me if this is a travel or not.
If you got to ask, it is.
Done. Poked away by Sasser. There's the steal. Sasser one-on-one with Hicks. What a Euro! My goodness! How long did he elevate on that?
Do y'all need to see that again?
No, I need to see it again.
Bruh.
All right. I won't say my answer first because remember how I play basketball. If you leave your feet, you cannot come back down with the basketball. Bruh. So I say it's a travel.
I mean,
that's how we were taught.
I mean, there's a jump stop,
but there was a jump stop.
You can't jump stop and then take another 2 steps though.
It's all got to be in rhythm.
Yeah, a jump stop is 2 feet though. A jump stop, you're like bam, bam, then lay it up.
He jumped off 1 foot into the other foot.
Yeah, he jumped
and
off
landed back down and then jumped back up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Show it again.
Yeah.
All right.
But that's crazy.
Watch closely now. He's going to jump.
Done. Poked away by Sasser. There's the steal. Sasser one-on-one with Hicks. What a Euro! My goodness! How long did he elevate on that Euro step?
So they say it's a Euro, but I thought Euro is when you
I had to really look at that.
No.
Because on the second look, it looked like it was kind of clean.
It's clean. He jumped.
Euro.
I don't know.
I had ugly Euro.
That don't look like no Euro. That look like a
bunny. It was an ugly one.
I don't know. That was a Euro. That don't look like no Euro.
Everybody can't Euro, man.
I mean, it kind of was a Euro. It just, it wasn't pretty.
He jumped.
He had some heavy feet.
Yeah.
He just jumped from 1 foot to the other high. That's what he 1, 2, and he laid it.
It's the commentator.
No, he came down though. He jumped. Came down, then laid it.
Ben, I think that's what's throwing it off because of Euro.
I mean, you don't jump on the Euro.
You ain't really just jumping. Like it's more kind of like.
But just count his steps when he gathered the ball.
It was 2.
But you can't come back down.
He jumped instead of like round.
All right.
I
is.
think that's what it was.
Watch it again.
When he gathered.
Done. Poked away by Sasser. There's the steal. Sasser one-on-one with Hicks. What a Euro! My
It kind of did
goodness.
like he carried him
How
to the
long
Euro,
did he
though.
elevate on that Euro step?
I don't know. It's like a mixture.
It kind of do like he carried him to it.
It wasn't a round step. He hopped instead of doing.
I'm not calling it.
That was low key kind of nasty though.
Yeah.
Before the Euro, though, he picked the ball up and carried, and then Euro with it.
So listen, this is where we are. This is where we at in basketball, where it get to the point to where we don't know what the hell we looking at because they.
I don't know.
They drilled out. They drilled.
Always.
It's too much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll always talk. Once you lift your feet, you cannot come back down and go back.
He didn't jump with 2 feet when he jumped. He jumped with his.
He jumped with 1 foot.
Yeah,
he landed on his other foot.
like a Euro
So
hop.
what's the difference jumping with 1 foot than 2 feet?
If you jump with 2 feet, that's a jump stop. When you jump with 1 foot, you can land on your other foot and land.
I thought jump stop with 2 feet.
When the ball come up, you can take 2 steps.
And that's what he did. He took 2 steps. He took a step, and he jumped and took another long step.
Hold on. Now we're talking about layup. A layup is 1, 2, then jump. Not
that's what he did.
Dribble.
That's
jump,
what he did. If he would have took that 3rd step, it would have been a travel.
It just looked weird because
bad.
His first jump with his foot was just.
Have you ever did a Euro?
Yeah.
No.
He should know.
No.
Probably should know.
Hell no.
I know y'all ain't talking. No, we had Dustin. We had jump stops. Well, it wasn't technically a Euro. It was more of like a.
You did Euro.
I did the Euro. You
more of a like.
You was more like a Ben was more like a he gonna jump into you, push you.
No, hey, I did you my body, but I ain't like move you out the way. I kind of finesse you, then laid it up.
Man, the hell out of somebody, do you?
Yeah, push the hell out of somebody out the air.
I don't know. I probably wouldn't call it either. Cause it probably happen so fast you can't really tell anyway.
I feel sorry for the defender. The defender was looking like, what is that?
There's a guy on Instagram. I can't remember his name, but he watches NBA games and he shows people traveling this. It is hilarious, but he be on point though. They don't call anything in the league. It's bad.
They sure don't.
Dribbling is terrible in the league.
I was gonna get to Barkley's quote, but we're gonna save it for next time. I think there's still something good to talk about. So, anything else y'all want to bring up for we end the show?
Oh yeah, one more thing, man. Somebody tell Jai when you worth that many millions, you not a thug no more, bro. Like
you can't. What Shannon Sharp say? You ain't a thug.
I'm
bro.
glad you brought that up. Can I say something?
Yeah, you can.
John Morant, I like you. I like you a lot. But I have a son that's about to be 3 years old in a few days. I don't want my son watching TV, looking up to you, and you betraying yourself at this wannabe fake ass gangster. So you need to stop it. I can look in your eyes and see the genuine humbleness, hardworking young man that got you into a professional Fortune 500 company sport that pays you a lot of money. You don't need to be on the court hanging around the people you're hanging around with to try to make yourself fulfilled. You are a leader amongst kids and men. Lead yourself that way. You have kids looking up to you that way. We do not need our kids trying to portray themselves to be tough and be gangsters, because that's not life. You don't have to live your life that way. Stop trying to please people that only want what you got.
They're not your friends.
Right. And then you a millionaire, you get away with it. But when the kids you influence and do it, they end up ruining their life. So
it's that young boy, bro. I'm telling you.
Uncle Shay had to call him out, man. Uncle Shay went on.
You know what though, Tyler?
Call him out.
NBA young boy paint his nails black, so they do that too. You know,
they might. I wouldn't be surprised.
They might. You gotta have. Go ahead, see.
I feel like since it's Black History Month, I want to talk to my people, because this ain't the Kyrie Morant deal. This is us.
Yes.
Like, when are we gonna realize ain't nothing in the streets but dead bodies and broken people? Like when you gonna realize that you can do that, you can play that role, be an actor until somebody roll up on you. Till somebody want to test your gangster, somebody want to see if you really about that chain, and you want to lose your life, or you want to give me that chain. Like it's cool. Like we glorify the wrong stuff. We like we want to glorify it and then ask why it's happening to us. And I don't understand how you work your tail off, like you said, to get to that level of pro sports, and you want to walk around like you want to. You want to carry yourself like you want to go back to the hood. You never even lived in the hood. Even his dad, you're at every game, you drunk. Like, you don't understand, like, bro, it's not, it's and then you got phones out everywhere showing a certain way. And it's like, you're an easy target, dude. You're an easy target. Real gangsters and real G's and real dudes that street dudes,
they move silent.
It's over with. It's a problem. It's a problem. I'm like you, man. Like, why y'all want to play with that? People losing their lives. Nobody live to tell the story about.
It's not a game. Oh. It's really not a game. You know what I'm saying?
You're a basketball player. That's okay.
Be that.
Chains. You wear one chain.
That's what they told Dion. Man, what they told Dion, like, you're not a gangster. You don't put to be out here with us. Go back to the field.
Who told Brian that?
I said Dion.
You said Deion Sanders. I was like, I don't think.
Nah, they told Deion Sanders when he was younger. They're like, bro, go. You not a gangster. Like you don't even.
Oh, that's the difference. That's the difference, though. Back in the day, people like that looked up and took care of kids like that. That seemed, look, you got a chance to be something. You don't need to be running the streets. You don't get that kind of direction nowadays.
It's weird, man. People get famous and want to go to the hood instead of
I'm telling you,
that's
instead
wild.
of getting out the hood and being famous. It's backwards now. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's
that's so mean.
It's the perception, and it's all about women. They won't, and I always say this all the time to women, like y'all always, you don't want a good guy till you're done with the bad ones. So for some reason, being the bad guy, being the tough guy, being the I don't give a shit guy, it's attractive to certain women. And he, I think. I don't want to criticize culture, but I do want to say that that's not who we are as a people. That don't just truly represent us. Like we got to always be represented by the bad shit. I'm like, dude, like if somebody roll up on Ja Morant and there are no cameras around, he gonna beat Ja from over in the suburbs or Ja they got the city. But it's just like, man, they're paying for protection too. But if somebody want to get you, Ja, they gonna get you. Like, I don't care how you can have 30.
Been way too many people that been got. So
bro, they have never missed when they want to get you.
So even Paul Pierce got
who?
Paul Pierce.
When he got stabbed.
Yeah, he got stabbed. Yeah.
Paul Pierce is a legend. Paul Pierce got stabbed, shot at, brother.
Didn't miss a game.
For Paul Pierce, smiling and living with joy, probably
even when he couldn't hold his bowels, he came back in the game.
Bro.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
Paul Pierce.
All right, guys.
Freaking legend.
Great show. We'll be back Friday for the Super Bowl preview, actually. And we're going to break down the game farther and have our picks ready to go. So can't wait to dive into that episode. So again, we'll be back Friday at 8 p.m. Maybe a little bit later. It all depends. We got lives too. So
lights.
Yeah. All right, guys. We are out of here.
Man. All right. Positivity vibes, man. Come on, man.
Sure.
Let's go.